Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I am upcycling this beautiful piece that I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. I got it for $50. There are a few things that need to be fixed up. Like the top is a little bit loose, and then one of the drawers is a little bit, one of the doors is a little bit loose, so it just needs to be tightened and the top needs to be glued. But let me show you some of the supplies that I will be using for upcycling. So I will be painting the whole piece with Annie Sloan in Athenian black, which is a real black color, and I'm going to put a clear gloss lacquer on it, which is also by Annie Sloan. For the hardware, I will be trying the gilding wax from Annie Sloan. I have never used this before, so it will be a learn with me type of video and see how it, like I watched tutorials and I've talked to the lady that sold me this, and it should be fairly easy. It is the last thing that you do put on, whether it's on furniture or anything, but it is the very last thing you put on. And then some of the other items that I'll need is my favorite chalk paint brush, and then just a foam brush for the lacquer, some sanding block, some rags for cleanup, and then some screwdrivers for the hardware. You will also need some wood glue and a brush for the gilding wax. So let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the top that's loose, and I'm going to clean it first just on top and then glue it, so that way that can set while I work on the rest of the piece with cleaning and fixing it up. And because there's no visible spots on it for to clean off, I'm just using wet rag, and I just wetted it with water. I would also like to mention that this video is part of a open collaboration that I am co-hosting with Julia from the Mug Life DIY, and there will be a playlist in my description box that you can head on over after you are finished watching my video and check out everybody else that is participating in this collaboration. I will also have Julia's channel linked down below, so you can go ahead and check her out as well. I want this area to be completely dry before I put the wood glue on. So I'm just using some clamps to clamp it up or over there, just so it holds it in place.
And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy we go.
So I am using a sander just to sand a couple areas down. You don't have to do this. I always like to do it just in case if there's stuff that needs to be, you need to smooth out, or any sticky stuff that I might have missed from from just wiping it down.
Undercover agents of the other, beyond
once you're finished sanding, you want to wipe all the dust residue off so there is nothing left. So I think I'm ready to take the hardware off and start painting the drawers and the sides, but the top still needs a little bit more time to cure.
Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond road.
So it seems that the screws are stripped on the inside, so I don't think I'm going to be able to remove those. So I might just paint over them and then just go very carefully with the gilding wax to finish them up. So just to show you what the paint looks like. So I did the first coat. I'm going to let this dry completely. The top is still not ready, so I'm going to let that cure some more. And while that's drying, because I'm going to be using the paintbrush again, I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag. And put a little elastic around it. That way it's not gonna dry out on me, but I don't have to wash it and then use a different brush because it would be too wet. But just a little trick and tip. So while I was waiting for the piece to dry, I was kind of looking at the top of it, and I'm kind of liking the wood look, but this is very damaged. As you can see, it has tons of damage on it. So I'm going to give it a little bit more sanding. Still using a hand sander, and then I'm gonna apply this Old Masters gel stain in Spanish oak, and this is supposed to be able to go over top of the existing stain already, so you don't actually have to strip it and then apply the stain. But because this has so many scratches, I just want to buff those out with the sander. So that is what I'm gonna do now. And you want to go in the direction of the wood grain. So while that's drying, I'm going to give a second light coat to the bottom part. There's just a couple areas that need some retouching. So now I'm going to start staining the top, and I'm using a rag to do so. And again, in the direction of the stain. So I'm going to let that dry. So now that the piece had some time to dry, I'm going to apply the clear gloss, the lacquer, on the chalk painted area. And I'm using a sponge brush to do so. So for the gilding wax, I am doing the little, well, I'm gonna do more stuff, but I just wanted to show you with the little knobs. And here is the wax. And I'm just going to squirt a little bit on the paper, just a little touch. And I'm just using a tough bristle brush to pick up some on, and then I'm just going to brush it on. And there. So just to kind of show you the difference.
Give me a reason to get out of bed. I need a minute to think, or maybe two. 'Cause yesterday I lost control.
Okay. Now I'm gonna move on to the furniture. While it's still drying, I'm gonna work on the knobs.
It's gonna be okay, no matter come what may. I'm gonna set things straight. Tomorrow, I let my worries fade. Let them sweep away, there'll be another day. Tomorrow.
Just to show you a little close-up, I think that looks really, really nice.
I did them all before, in every shape. There's a million ways to mess things up, and I need some time to figure out what to say and make our troubles figure out what to say and make our troubles disappear. Oh, tomorrow's near. It's gonna be okay, no matter come what may. I'm gonna set things straight. Tomorrow, let all our worry.
So I'm gonna go a little closer just so you can see. I'm going into little crevices just to accent them out.
Drop it, please.
So then I got a flatter brush.
Tomorrow I will set things straight. Tomorrow's gonna.
So I want to add a little bit onto that little circle right there, just to accent it out.
Worries fade, let them sweep away. There'll be another day. Tomorrow, it's gonna be okay, no matter come what may. I'm gonna set things straight. Tomorrow, let all the worries fade, let them sweep away.
Add a sealer for the top. So for the top coat, I'm gonna use the General Finishes water-based top coat. No particular reason other than I had it on hand.
Tomorrow,
So here it is all finished, and let me tell you, I am absolutely in love with this piece and the way it turned out. I'm pleased that I left the top with the stain and the gilding wax. I just love it, and I was extremely impressed how easy it was to use the gilding wax. I was a little bit scared to use it. It was my first time, but I love the way it turned out. So make sure you check out Julia's channels as well as the playlist, which is linked down below, and let me know what you think, if you enjoy this type of a transformation, and if you have learned anything from it. And also let me know if you like these type of videos down in the comments. I would love to know. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you all in my next video.
My worries fade, let 'em sweep